Hey guys, Josh Hankin here, creator of the DVRT Ultimate Sandbag Core Training Systems. I got a very special guest, excited to have him. This is DVRT Master Chief Instructor Troy Anderson, also owner of Alpha Kettlebell. You guys have probably recognized him from a lot of his awesome blogs and videos he's done with us. What we want to do today is go over sort of a new concept that we've been working on with DVRT. Remember, I talked about we're always evolving. So basically, we want to look at the main levels of the rotational lunge. People usually see it as a singular exercise. It's not. It actually has multiple levels outside of just load and how fast you swing the ultimate sandbag. So what we're talking about first is what we call our front load position. So we call this a T rotational lunge, T referring to T-spine. So what Troy's going to do is power clean his strength ultimate sandbag into that front load position. Okay? He's actually going, the fist was actually a little harder, but it's okay. Either one. This is actually a little easier, front loaded. So he's going to go drop in that typical rotational lunge, and he's going to add a slight rotation as he comes down. He's going to drive back up, and we'll just alternate sides. Now, what I want to really hit on, especially in this position, is people get fixated on the USB moving. What we're looking at is him actually not bailing out his hip. He's actually creating tension in this off hip by digging into his rear toes. We're not looking to see how far he can rotate. We're looking to see how much tension he can develop in this offside. Go ahead and relax for a second, Troy. And what that happens is that if people don't have that good core stability and integrity with the hip, what they tend to do is drop that hip. They over-rotate. You shouldn't see much rotation because the lumbar spine doesn't have a lot of rotation, especially when the hips are fixed. So we want that movement being very slight here. If you do it right, you should feel a slight pull or a good solid pull in here through your torso, not trying to get to the side of your body. Now, of course, we can then move to our H rotational lunge, which is the one that a lot of you have seen, which is our rotational lunge. There you go. So that's our standard one, but we're still looking for that same not bailing out of the hip. So many people are so infatuated with going faster, they let this hip rotate. Yep, just like that. We don't want that. He should have his hips still being straight ahead. There's only a slight bit of rotation going in that thoracic spine. Nice, Troy. Now what we're going to do is we're going to up the ante a little bit. Troy's not going to snatch the USB, and this is really cool because when we start going overhead, we're really exposing the core to a ton of stress. So Troy's going to snatch the weight on up. Nicely done. See, he's got actually some good mobility so the weight's not touching him. So now, as he goes down, he's going to do that same pattern. This is intense stuff because he's got a long lever arm. And the reason we're using the snatch position first is because we're giving him some feedback and stability to the ultimate sandbag. Let's do one more, Troy. And again, looking for him to prevent that bailout is tough. You know, this way you can use the same ultimate sandbag over and over again without actually adding the weight. We'll come back down, and then we'll finish off with a clean and press. So that one was our snatch, our S rotational lunge, and this last one is going to be our F or fist rotational lunge. So the reason that this is our last one is because it's a long lever arm again, but now the weight's a little bit unstable. So when Troy cleans the fist, he gets in a nice position, he's going to press overhead. Now he's got the weight actually moving on him. So now when he steps, there's a lot going on here. And again, he's keeping nice tension in that opposing oblique and hip. So he's not bailing out, but you can see that the USB wants to move on him ever so slightly. So we'll do the last one here, Troy. Nice. So the way you can use this within a program, when you go to these harder levels, don't try to do all the exercises with that. Start maybe with a snatch, an S rotational lunge or an F rotational lunge for your first set. Maybe move to the H, the hip rotational lunge for your second, and the front loaded, the FL for your last, or the T for the last position, okay? So you can change the position from set to set without changing the load of your ultimate sandbag. What you'll do is you'll avoid excessive fatigue, which causes bad movement patterns. So you'll be able to build it over more and more time. When you're able to do that, when you're able to do all the positions equally, then you can get into some fun programming that we'll cover later on. But I hope you really enjoyed this segment. Check out more at DVRTfitness.com.